My thought was I would be telling stories to juggalos that wanted to hear these types of stories. So for anybody that's not like a long-term juggalo that isn't interested in my stories and they're not funny, I apologize. I really do. That's why I've been so shook all fucking day. I've had butterflies like you wouldn't believe in my chest, right? But I'm gonna tell you another story for people that are interested in this type of shit. Back when we came out in 1991, okay, there was a venue in Detroit called the Red Door. Where's Mike Clark? I know Mike Clark remembers the Red Door.
Oh shit, Mike Clark in the house.
The Red Door. Okay, the Red Door was an after-hours club located in Cass Corridor. Now, if you're from Detroit, you know Cass Corridor is an okay neighborhood. It's down by Wayne State College and all that. But let's go back. Take it back to the early 90s. It was not as nice as it is now. Cass Corridor was a ghetto, all right? And me and Shaggy and Billy Bill lived in the middle of that ghetto, Cass Corridor in Detroit, all right? And in the middle of that ghetto, there was a club, an after-hours club. It didn't even open until 3:30, like easily an hour and a half after all the other bars closed. And you had to go through an alleyway, through another alleyway, and through a third alleyway before you even got to the entrance of this after-hours club. And this after-hours club was so unruly and straight wild style that I remember every time we went, there was always somebody fucking right on the grass. Like they were so horny, they couldn't even get to the car. They had to fuck right on the grass.
That's some good grass though.
Like the mental image of naked butt cheeks on the grass is so strong, it's almost as strong as me and Rudy embracing in a warm hug. It was just something I'll never forget. I mean, the level of up and down his butt cheeks went. How long could his dick be? He was going 2 feet up and down. I'm not even getting into that, all right? But I remember the Red Door was an after-hours club located in the ghetto between other buildings. And the thing was, you had to park blocks away. You could not put all your cars in one area because the cops would know there's something going on.
And they didn't want you to park in the sex spots.
They wanted you to park in various elusive areas and all can come to the middle for the wonderful, warm celebration of sex and debauchery at the Emerald, right? At the Red Door. So, I used to go to the Red Door. Me and Shaggy would go there like a month in a row, maybe a month and a half in a row, checking out everything every weekend. And we asked the owner if we could perform there. And he was like, hell yeah. You know, so he booked the show the very next week. So when Carnival of Carnage was out in Detroit in 1990, I'm gonna go ahead and say 2, right? We performed at the Red Door. And I'm telling you this story for the simple fact, I've never told this story before. And I thought, if there's anything out of tonight, is you hear this one story no juggalo has ever heard before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We went to perform at the Red Door, and it was so overpacked. This is one of those stories where there's no punchline. It's just like something I thought would be interesting to tell. The show was so overpacked, right? Illegal from the get. It's not even supposed to be open, you know what I mean? People are on all kinds of drugs. They're making up drugs to do it up in there, you know?
Did you sell tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the Red Door did.
Okay.
But it was so fucking packed. And out of all the ICP shows, if there's any long-term juggalos in here tonight, make some noise. Real talk? Real talk? Well, then y'all know there's a long history of our shows being overran by fans on the stage and the show ends. Right? Okay, I'm telling you, this night at the Red Door in the Cass Corridor section of Detroit was the first night anything like that had ever fucking happened. We opened with the song Psychopathic from the Carnival Carnage album. And it has an intro, and then it goes into the song. And the excitement and the level of people that were up in that fucking club that night, with the fucking going on the front lawn and everything else, was so dope. And the way you had to cut through 3 different alleyways to get there. And there was guys literally dressed all in black, hoodie and everything. You didn't even know they were there until they stopped you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even know they were in the alley until their hand physically stopped you from progressing any further. And they were like, pay the money, you know what I mean? You're paying it to a literal ninja. And then you go in, right? And that night we did Psychopathic, and I remember the crowd was so fucking hyped, and it was so amazing the way they stormed the stage, and the show ended. One song into it. You know what I'm saying? First song we did was Psychopathic, and that's where it was over. But that was the first sign we ever saw of things to come. You know what I mean? For the long-term Juggalos here. That was the first show. And I wanted to tell y'all about that in case y'all ever wondered. What was the first show where that type of anarchy happened? You know what I mean? Where the show ended early because Juggalos stormed the stage. And not out of hate, not out of anger, but out of love. The Juggalos stormed the stage and the show was called to an end. And nobody was mad.
Who made the call? Like, why was it called? Why? Like, it was just like too chaotic that like, and they were up there for another fucking, like, they were just on stage for an hour and a half, just fucking around.
I just remember because it was literally one of the first shows we've ever done.
Yeah.
You know, all we had was that first album out, Carnival Carnage, and we actually booked a show, and we were putting flyers out for that week, thinking it was our first show, you know. And nobody even knew what the Red Door was. You had to ask somebody to know where it was, you know. We just said the Red Door, you know, hoping people would ask, you know. And it was just an amazing night. And I just wanted to share it with y'all in hopes that it meant to somebody what it meant to us. It's like an amazing night. And if anybody happens to remember what the Red Door was, or if you happen to know somebody that remembers what the Red Door was, it's that much of a more cool story because it was really next level, man. And they stormed the stage, and we ended it halfway through Psychopathic, and we were so distraught from that we didn't get to finish the set. We felt so ruined by that, but come to find out that happens so many times.
It became your legacy almost, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like so many gatherings, everybody would wait all weekend for the final show of ICP at the end of the gathering, and then the Juggalos would just storm the stage 15 minutes after it started. It would be over, and everything was okay. We didn't realize that when this first happened, you know. But that noise being that show being ended like that by surprise, and then like what it did for us word of mouth wise was so awesome that if it would have went all the way through, it wouldn't have been what it was. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been as special as it was, you know.
Don't you fuckers even try it. Don't even fucking think about it.